Good evening, Black Dignity, St.Patrick's Day. Our African history is replete with St. Patrick's Day. What does that mean to all of us? Those Europeans that celebrate St. Patrick's, facts. We were the first ones who came with knowledge of ourselves, knowledge of the universe, and knowledge that was described by the local Europeans as magic. When you are connected with the universe and connected with who you are and that frequency, we must know that why some celebrate, we have to be reflective. Reflective that we are the people called the serpent of the people, or the people of the serpent. Much of our history has been turned around to make us hate the serpent that was in the Garden of Eden. We are the people of the serpent. The Irish have something called getting rid of the snakes. They're not literally talking about snakes, but they're talking about the people of the serpent. Some call them Twa. Some call them Icons or Acons. What is the history of the leprechauns? Not the prefix, but the suffix of that word, Acons. Acon, A-K-A-N-S, is synonymous with the Twa. And I don't say the Twa because the official name is the Batwa. At the 100 million that we lost during the slave trade, we can never forget. And so when we look at the Batwa, when we look at that synonym called the Acon or the Twa, the Batwa, the leprechaun is making reference to the Batwa because they were considered what? To be 4 foot 11 inches in height. The Egyptians loved the Batwa. They were known to be of a higher order of rank, like the priests. And you can look at many of the Egyptian reliefs that have the Batwa. Much of the history that comes from Rwanda, which just so happened to have a upper Rwanda and a lower Rwanda, similar to Egypt, Upper Egypt and Lower Egypt. Why is that similar? Why is the Bantus that come out of all of Africa, primarily started in the West Coast, from Cameroon all the way around to Congo and all the way down to South Africa and on up into the Nile Valley civilization. So when you look at all of the cataracts that come from Egypt all the way down to Rwanda and Uganda, or the Butwa, They're talking about our history. Our brothers and sisters that were 4 foot 11 inches with the history that was learned throughout the Nile Valley civilization, which was advanced. And so when the Europeans celebrate St. Patrick's Day, the leprechauns, they're talking about the Bourgeois. When you look at the color of the rainbow, they're not talking about the rainbow in the sky. The rainbow is talking about the magic that the Bourgeois talked about. The colors of the rainbow was the colors of the chakras in your body. The snake from the pineal gland all the way down to your spine. The leprechauns were known to have what? Gold at the end of the rainbow. The gold at the end of the rainbow is the amalgamation of one of the highest levels of the chakras. You're talking about the macabre. You're talking about what was those 3 gifts that came from the East. So the 3 gifts that came from the East that the leprechauns or the Bourgeois talked about were our 3 glands: the pineal, the pituitary, and the hypothalamus. And so we have to understand what our history is so that we can celebrate it. Many of the brothers and sisters that are lost, who are ignorant just means you don't know. And so when you look at Negus, Negus, not Niggas, or Tupac said it, never ignorant, getting goals accomplished. I don't resonate on that frequency. I resonate on the Negus, Negus. What does that mean? That's the royalty, the African royalty within. That is our history. From Ethiopia all the way up to Egypt. That is our royal bloodline. Our history that emanates from the serpent people, or the people of the serpent, that had the societies have taken that on. And they've hidden that from us, but it's coming back. So when we say we are the original Negus, Negus, you can call me that every single day, because that is royalty. That's our royalty. You don't believe it? Look it up. Negus. Google that. And that's tied to our history. So our niggas, we have to be on the same frequency. We have to go back to our understanding of who we are. The leprechauns, the Bourgeois, is our history. They're trying to tell you to love and enjoy the work that they've done, but we have to celebrate it. And we celebrate it by teaching. And we teach by sharing. And we share by being a solidified unit that moves in one accord. Though we may have different opinions, though we may have different mottos, though we understand that the work must be done, and the talking has to cease. The magic, the knowing about our history, how we are connected to the stars of Sirius, the stars of those constellations that resonate with our frequency, is the journey that we must all make. Google much of these concepts. Negus, Negus. That's our history, and it's positive. One love.